The feeling are back. Hello.
Yay.
Too long. Too long. Too long, the feeling.
2 years.
Is that all? Oh, maybe it's not that long.
Not that long at all.
Oh, it's good to have you with us. We have Dan, David Niven.
Thank you.
Rich Guy Gibson. Actually, no, Wing Commander Guy Gibson.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Paul James Hunt.
Yeah.
And you're going to like this. Kieran and Kevin. George and Ira Gershwin.
Oh,
That's
seriously.
very flattering. Thank you.
The only thing about... Here's what I don't get about what the lineup tonight. Everyone's doing something apart from... And this is going to, I imagine, cause some consternation in the feeling camp. Kieran and Kevin arguably are the two best musicians in the band. Discuss.
There's no discussion. Yeah, I'd agree with
Why
that.
aren't they doing anything? They're just there doing do-what backing stuff.
You think that's hard?
The last time I saw you two, I think it was like an Olympic concert, and someone hadn't turned up or something, and you two went on and just you bust the set for about 45 minutes. It was awesome.
I remember that.
At the Albert Hall?
Yeah.
That was that was the scariest gig we've ever done.
Yeah, well, of course, because you didn't know you were going to do it. Someone hadn't turned up, I think, or someone wasn't there in time.
I think it's a really good first introduction into the Jeremiah Brothers act, basically playing Albert Hall. It's pretty
That was
impressive.
their first show together as a...
They retired after that.
Yeah, we couldn't top it.
Do you know what I loved about it though? You came on, and obviously I know who you are, but you came on, you didn't introduce yourselves or anything. So you came on and went, I'm going to do some songs. And then, and most of the guys there were kind of 60 plus hedge fund managers it's just, who didn't know who anyone was. Yeah. So, but it's brilliant. You guys nailed it. So listen, we've got a new album, new label.
Yeah.
Well, what happened with, presumably, you did your greatest hits and then you changed labels?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's nice. And when you did, after you did your greatest hits, how long was it then before you just went, right, okay, now we can start writing stuff?
I mean, pretty much right away, actually. We went through a bit of a wobbly phase when we thought, are we really going to carry on with this? But we'd already left Island Records. And I think we just realised that we weren't enjoying it as it was, so we left the label. I think it was a mutual thing for all of us.
Can I ask, were you not enjoying it because it was that, and we see it so many times with, bands that we get to know, that there's a pattern which is put out an album, tour it, put out an album, tour it, and of course that's the convention, and but it almost gets like, oh Christ, now we need to get another album, and then we need to tour and get another album.
It's more the pressure of the commerciality that you get with a major label, because it was the put out an album, have a massive successful album, and then it's you now have to repeat that. And when we wrote our first album, we weren't trying to do anything, we were just writing music. And so then we had a lot of people involved in trying to push us in certain directions.
Which is lightning in the bottle, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, you have to do songs you're happy with, and then hope they connect with with a very loyal fan base and with a new fan base.
That's the only way it works for us. Certainly.
I think it's the only way it works, really.
I think so. You've got to believe
some
it.
artists are really good at playing the game and stuff, but we're just not. We need to be left alone to do it to our own devices. We engineer and produce it all ourselves, and we love just being alone and doing it and getting on with it. But there was a point where it became very difficult to do that because there was so many voices involved and so many people making decisions, not just us, And there's 5 of us. There's enough of us know what we're doing to.
But don't get me wrong. I mean, Island Records were great. They did a great job of promoting us and getting us to where we are.
Yeah.
But after we left them, we were just back on our own again. And I think, as Dan said, there was a moment where we weren't really sure what we were doing because we had, just like, do we have a job anymore? How's this work?
Yeah.
I don't know. And we just got back in a room together and started making music, and it felt good again because it was just us.
That's the vibe as well. It feels like it feels. You know what I mean?
It was so nice. I mean, we just literally, and also I'd kind of come out with a handful of songs that really kind of meant something, and I'd written them for the right reasons. I've written them because I felt I had to, and we came in with a handful of songs of kind of a new angle on it, in that we were doing it because we wanted to, because we didn't have to. There was no expectation anymore. There was none of that stuff. There was just 5 guys in our pub, turn all the gear on, start playing, here's some new songs, and it just came together really easily and really naturally, just like when we were in the shed in the old days. It really felt like that, So, and I think you can hear it on the record, and it was just like...
Does that come from hunger, do you think?
I don't know.
I don't mean hunger for success.
We ran out of food.
I don't mean literal hunger.
So hungry. Well, that was always the thing that I had struggled with, because there was always this idea that to be successful you have to be hungry. How much do you want it? How much do you And I never felt that. I felt like a desire to make music, and I felt that if I didn't write songs I'd go mad, and I felt like I needed to have an outlet for something, whatever emotional reasons. I needed to have that outlet, but I never felt like I was hungry to be famous or hungry.
Oh, I didn't
even
mean
for
it like that.
I know, but you know, like, that's the only point in which you get hunger, is if you're like hungry for recognition.
No, I sort of more meant a hunger for like almost as an outlet. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you just.
Well, I think we have no choice. We need to do this. I mean, that's one of the things we discovered being on our own again, is that it is a way of us, it's a cathartic thing. It's a way of us letting out our kind of emotions musically down, particularly writing songs. But at the end of the year, we'd made this album, and we sort of shopped it around, and BMG offered us a deal, and they literally said, we'll put it out. We're like, what, really? You don't want us to change it? You don't want hip hop beats?
Yeah.
You don't want any raps on it? Nothing? Like, no.
Because Kieran can rap.
Kieran can rap. I know. It's like wasted, really. But it was, we couldn't really believe it. We're like, fine. Yeah.
Did you want to get signed again, or
We
were you
didn't really-
were you quite
we didn't
excited
know,
about
we were
maybe doing your own thing?
We didn't think about it,
Yeah.
you know. We thought, well, let's just make the music and let's do it. And it literally, like when we were in the shed, it was like no expectations. Let's just play together, you know. Let's enjoy it. And we had so much fun, and we got really into the nitty gritty of like miking things beautifully and trying to get the drums to sound exactly as we wanted.
I bet you boys were
like,
unbearable when it like
geeking out
that
like
whole thing.
nobody's business.
You'll be so
man.
bored.
Who's the
Yeah.
worst?
Oh my god! Well, Kevin's pretty geeky. Kevin is like super geek on when it comes to like actually Googles stuff.
But to the point, Kevin, where it like if a mic's in the sort of in the wrong place, like I'm talking like tiny fractions here, would you go, oh, we can't do it, then that might need to be there?
Yeah, but largely because if you don't do it then, it takes 10 times as long to sort it out
See?
afterwards.
See?
See,
And
look at him, how sensible he is. He
rational.
loves-
Well, yeah, but it's
he
me
loves-
who has to sort it out. So
He
it's
loves
just
a really
laziness,
deep
really.
Google, Kevin. He'll go deep in Google and he'll find out
He's
exactly
good,
what
man.
they're
That sounds
like.
Every band needs a Kevin for
It's
this
like
reason.
the Erasmus of
Yeah.
the feeling.
Exactly.
Listen, let's have some music. Are you going to do Rescue for us?
Yeah, we'll do that first.
Okay,
yeah.
great stuff. This is what I guess is the first single off the album, right?
It is, yeah.
Are we singling? Are we doing singles anymore? What's
I
the deal?
kind of think, well, it comes out at the same time as the album. So
Yeah,
it's
okay.
it's out now.
So the
And-
album's Boy
and-
Cried Wolf.
Yeah, The Boy Cried Wolf, and it's the single. I mean, I suppose you put a song to radio, don't you?
Yeah,
And
lovely.
people want to play it, so that's the reason. But yeah, we just thought it was a nice. It kind of represented in many ways when we written it the sense of like newfound joy that we had working together. You know, so I don't
Love
know.
that.
It's a nice choice for a first single, we thought.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, let's go for it. This is a slightly more stripped down version.
Before we start, sorry, you're literally about to start, Dan. I'm so sorry.
Is that?
Kev, are you happy with the way everything's set up?
Yeah.
Oh my
That-
goodness, that's a relief.
Thank you, Kev. All right, over to you guys.
All right. Will you come to my rescue once again? Will you search through the wreckage once again? Will you turn on your flashlight and scan for the signs of life again? Oh, oh, oh. Will you come to my rescue once again? Will you send down some water, oxygen? Will you come to my rescue? Come to my rescue once again. Sometimes I get lonely. Sometimes I get lonely. Sometimes I get lonely, and oh, I never thought that it would be this hard to find love. Oh, I never thought that it would be this hard to find love. Will you come to my rescue once again? Maybe give me the will to sing again. Will you come to my rescue? Come to my rescue once again. Sometimes I get lonely. Sometimes I get lonely. Sometimes I get lonely, and oh, I never thought that it would be this hard to find love. Oh, I never thought that it would be this hard to find again. And oh, I never thought that it would be this hard to find love. Oh, I never thought that it would be this hard to find love. Yeah, 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 yeah. Woo. Sometimes I get lonely.
That's the feeling with Rescue. I love that song.
Thank you.
I felt part of the band then. I was sort of like doing percussion without really doing percussion.
You should have clapped along and got stamping.
I did. I thumped on the floor.
Okay,
Then the
good.
Jeremiah twins looked at me and went, So not on our watch. Let's talk Dominic West. In fact, I just saw it because I didn't have access to a computer, and I just saw it today. It's brilliant. This is the album promo.
teaser. Yeah.
It's great. How did this come about?
He's a mate.
Yeah, it's mate of ours.
he's
But
got-
Rich met him in a hot tub in
see, I
Glastonbury.
mean, that's
met-
kind of the
we
story
got,
I'm
you know him
after.
before. We got kids at the same nursery, so I've known him for a while. We drink together. I love drinking with Dominic.
The
He's
kids
a
in the
dude.
nursery is nice. The drinking is lovely as well. What's your tip, by the way?
I love a good ale.
Nice.
Love a
Is he
nice
an ale
scotch.
guy, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he's an ale guy. Yeah.
But the meeting him in a hot tub is the story.
Well, this was the random part because I've known him for a while anyway, and I had mentioned to him the idea of doing something with us, and I was in the rabbit hole. Have you heard of this?
We DJ'd in the Rabbit Hole in Glastonbury this year. It's fantastic.
What night was that?
Oh,
I know. Well, I was there Saturday
Thursday.
night. Oh, okay. I was
Thursday.
there after the Stones, and I went out. I crawled out the hole, out the back, and there was a garden out the back. And if you went out there, they had a hot tub
yeah.
in there. I don't know
Didn't
what I
see
was
that.
thinking getting in that, but I did.
Well, are you in just a pants or?
Yeah, just in my pants. So I
Nice.
got in that with a couple of mates. Next person to get in was Dominic West. I said hello,
Wow.
and I had a little chat.
Where are your kids to know? Where are your kids? I
Yeah,
don't know.
exactly. They're all fine. They're running feral in the fields. And we got talking about, the new album, and I was saying, we're thinking about making a teaser, and we wanted a guy to play our kind of fictional A&R man.
Mm-hmm.
And he was up for doing it, so we shot it the next week. Came over to our studio.
Did you guys write the script?
No, it was the director.
It's really funny.
Yeah, he was really, very good. But Dominic delivered those
Dan,
lines.
but Dominic does most of that in voiceover. That's Dan. You've got to remember some lines there.
I did have to remember some lines. Yeah.
My favourite
basically, I've got a secret career as a massively successful actor,
It's brilliant.
which you didn't know about.
Hugely
In his own
clandestine.
mind.
The night,
Just
my
a voice
favourite line
over.
is when he went, "Come on, Dan, where's the girl meets boy stuff?" And we all looked at each other and went, "Yeah."
And there's got a great line at the end that we can't say on radio.
No, absolutely. Hey, is Santino, Sonny, is he in one of the videos?
He is, Santino.
I've got him Santino in a kind of Italian
Yeah,
way.
I know. There is a Godfather influence to
What
his music.
is your son? What video is he in?
He's in the Rescue video.
Is
For
he?
the single, yeah.
That's so nice. What does he do?
He basically...
How old is he?
He's 9.
He can't be 9.
I know.
Because I remember meeting him when he was a baby and he had those great yellow earphones that babies wear at festivals.
that was at a festival in... it was 8 years ago.
I can't
guess.
be
He was
been in
1.
this business 8 years. What the hell?
I remember because you had that as your screensaver for a while.
Yeah,
didn't
I
you?
did.
A little picture of him with little ear defenders on.
I know, that's probably inappropriate, I'm sorry.
It was cute.
So now he's 9, which beggars belief. And what part was he in the video?
He basically, what happened was, when we were coming to making the videos, because it's us on our own now, same with the artwork, all of this stuff, we were allowed to be creative. We didn't have to have our band name bang on the cover of the album. We didn't have to be in the video. So we decided we wanted to do something that was more intriguing as a piece of visual art in itself. A good friend of Dan's is a ballet dancer called Ed Watson, and we wanted him to be in the second video for the next single. So what we did with the first video is we did a prequel, which is the video for Rescue. Now, Ed Watson's got red hair, just like my son. So
Gotcha.
Sonny plays the young Ed.
And I read that you were very impressed. He was very polite, of course he would be. You're the politest man in the world. But he was very polite, and he minded his P's and Q's, and you were very,
I was very proud, yeah. He really stepped up to the plate, and I was working him way beyond the legal hours.
When did you say that chalk ice was coming?
There's a helicopter hovering over his head at one point as well, which I'm not sure about the insurance implications. But,
Listen, chaps. Before we hear your cover, I just want to ask about who's got the best car at the moment. Because who's the petrol head here?
Paul's
You are.
one.
But everyone has cool cars, right? Because you only like indulge in vintage stuff anyway, so I imagine you have a good collection.
Well, Dan's got a very cool old camper.
Yeah, I've got a
That's-
VW 1972.
I had you down as
Westphalia.
as more of a kind of an alpha guy.
Well, you know what? I want to get myself a little sporty one
Yeah.
with the roof off, but I haven't got room for it. I don't want to leave it out on the street in Hackney. So
Well,
the
everyone knows
garage
where
is
you
full-
live.
and the garage is full of all our like touring equipment.
Okay.
So as soon as we stop touring, I'll have room in my garage for it. You know.
So what do you? And you race, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What are you working on at the moment, baby?
Well, I have.
Come on, what you got?
I have a 1970.
Listen, let's not be embarrassed about this, right? You're hard-working guys. You deserve a little bit of R&R from time to time. It's
Yeah,
your business
well-
how you spend your money. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, well, it's more about spending the time actually, because I don't seem to want to spend the money, so I do it all myself.
Do you kit car?
No, well, in a way, because not much of it is left from the original 1979 Chevrolet that it was. But it's
When you say not much of it's left, is that because you crashed it?
no, because I've just taken every bit I could out of it to make it lighter, because it's drag racing and
you drag
usual thing.
race.
As much power as you can get in as light a car as you can get. So
And how's your what is it? The quarter mile?
it's a quarter mile, yeah, and it runs just
You're
at the
you're
end
under
of the
10
season.
seconds.
It's 10.6 seconds.
Ooh.
Yeah, 122, which is 0 to 60 in about between 2.5 and 3 seconds.
And do you know how fast can you get that little bad boy to go?
Well, it's so far 122 is as fast as it's been, which is just which is not a particularly high speed in itself,
Is it
but it is
not?
quick in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's quick, but it's nitrous kit to go on over the winter. So next year
we may need a new drummer.
Well, as I say, I do it myself. So. It does worry my wife because our garage is part of the house. It's sort of it's all.
But that's not like your everyday car, right? You don't go, oh, let's go to the shop.
no.
Can't even go around corners.
No, but he's got another Chevy, which is his go to the shops car.
Yeah.
And what's that one?
Well, it's the same. It's from the same period. It's a
Natural.
Chevrolet from the same period. I share.
Is that
parts,
Camaro?
I share parts between them, particularly around MOT time.
That's awesome. Do you know, we were filming for the X Factor in Antigua, and I got to Antigua, and I quite like cricket, so I'm in the front car seat with this driver, and we're going to the hotel, and I said, so listen, you into cricket? He goes, no, man, I like drag racing. I went, what?
Wow.
And he said, yeah, we've got a massive drag racing scene over here in Antigua. And he said, and what they do is they just soup up normal cars, and then they, when there's no traffic around, they literally just do it on the street. And I was like, shut up, that doesn't really happen. And he went, yeah, watch this guy here. And it was this guy in like a Toyota or something, just souped this Toyota and we pulled over, and sure enough, this guy was just waiting, and then he just on the public road. I was terrified.
Yeah, that is nuts.
You guys are so cool.
I don't do the public road stuff.
Yeah, of course you don't.
No, definitely. Honestly, ossifer.
All right, listen, let's have some more music. You're going to do, is this a cover of My Morning Jacket or Jim James?
Well, Jim James is from My Morning Jacket.
But he
did a solo record.
Yes.
So it's his,
So is this one a solo record? I guess
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what,
it is,
yeah,
yeah.
great, thanks. Oh, don't make it hard for me.
thought you would know these things. Being a radio
Do you know what? It's amazing. It's amazing if you admit to any chink whatsoever on air, all you get is just a torrent of music. How can you not know about that 1972 album, B-side rarities? You're like, oh. So what are you going to do for us? Now I should just admit to, or just pretend to know everything.
No, actually, it is relevant because the reason we wanted to do it is because it's not a very well-known song, and it should be better known.
Thanks, Rich.
And it's a sweet song.
Thanks, Rich. So what are you going to do?
It's got a new life.
Thank you. Okay, over to you. It's a feeling.
Hey, open the door. I want a new life. Hey, and here's what's more. I want a new life. A new life. Babe, let's get one thing clear. There's much more stardust when you're near. And I think I'm really being sincere. I want a new life. Ooh, a new life with you. Hey, open the door. life. Oh, a new life. Babe, let's get one thing clear. There's much more stardust when you're near. And I think I'm really being sincere. I want a new life. Ooh, a new life with you. Can't you see a perfect picture, you and me? But you know it won't come easily. And what's more, it's worth looking for. Babe, open the door. Start your new life. Your new life. Oh, babe, onto the shore and start your new life. Your new life once more. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hey, that's a nice song, isn't it?
Love it.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Don't worry.
It's a classic. It's really
Beautiful, huh? That's Jim James, My Morning Jacket, New Life, and that's Done by the Feeling. Guys, thanks so much for coming in. Before you let you go, what were you doing in Buckingham Palace? What was that for?
The Queen, wasn't it? That's all I can remember. No, it was something to do with the coronation. So we
It was inside the palace, right?
we were asked it in the garden.
Nice.
So
During the day, or?
the dressing room was in the it was in the evening. The dressing room was in the actual palace. And then we went and we actually played in the garden, the big stage, and Matthew Bourne had done some dance show, and there's an orchestra, and it's a big thing. And then we kind of did the pop bit. You know, that was kind of our thing. So we were the only pop band playing.
We were tasked with creating a medley of the best pop music of the last 50 years in 10 minutes,
Wow.
which is quite a
Wow.
challenge. Yeah,
how
imagine.
many tunes is that?
Well, how many did we
I think
fit
we did
in?
about 6 songs, didn't we? We did like one.
That's
No, we did.
good.
Yeah, we
We
did.
tried to do one or two from each decade, and that pretty much won. It was very hard.
Did you do any of your own stuff?
We finished with our own, but only because they wanted us to, because it
Yeah.
felt a little bit cocky. So
And now the naughties, everyone. There's only one band we can. That's great.
It was really good fun. It was lovely. And
Who'd you get to meet? Anyone?
no, but what was really great is Beverly Knight came and sang with us. And
I wasn't
Dominic
expecting
West.
Beverly
Dominic
Knight.
West
Dominic
again.
West in the Queen's hot tub.
Dominic
Yeah.
West came and
And
basically sang with
he
us.
did the Phil Daniels part from Parklife. We had Parklife from Blur as the 90s.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And he came on and did it in a very Etonian toffee, which I thought was perfect.
Brilliant. And Rich, how's your pilot game? Are you good? Are you?
I'm still here. It's fairly binary, I think. Either you're there or not.
How's that? Are you a one-engine guy?
I'm still a one-engine guy.
And do you like? Because I love my old stuff. Do you like any sort of desire to buy an old? Kind of an old aeroplane?
Well, I don't know. No, it's too. I'm not in. I like the comfort. I like the idea of going for a ride in some of those old biplanes and things. But I've got a little aeroplane that I share with Nick Mason from Pink Floyd.
Nice.
How
How do you work out who gets what?
Well,
What time?
it's a complicated thing. Oh, well, actually, he doesn't use it. He flies helicopters now. So he,
Yeah, brilliant.
yeah. So he kind of lent it to me, and now I've got a share in it. But it's a lovely thing.
It's a great thing about sharing something with Pink Floyd is I imagine they own quite a lot of stuff. So they sort of just forget they've got it. So in 5 years' time, you'll probably get called.
Flying pigs.
Yeah, you still got
Can I
that.
borrow some drums as well? Yeah, probably got a few drums. I
You
could
still got those 2 Ferraris
He's
and
got a
that,
lot of cars.
that plane.
He's got more cars than he's got drums, that man. It's
I
ridiculous.
honestly think just don't mention it again and he'll forget. He's too busy with the helicopters and the Ferraris and stuff. He's got a nice car collection.
Oh,
hasn't
it's
he?
incredible. Yeah, he took us up to have a look at it last year.
What, just from an aerial view?
Yeah.
It's so vast. Let me show you from the.
Half of the Cotswolds. No, it's a phenomenal collection of cars. They're beautiful things.
He's sort of the one as well that sort of just kept really chilled and quite cool about being in Pink Floyd, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's very cool.
He's very much a kind of yin guy.
Well, we covered one of the at the Palace. We did a bit of Brick in the Wall for that as part of the medley, and he was kind of so sweet about it. He was like, "Oh, thanks for doing one of my songs." He still acts like it's like his band, like a school band.
Yeah, it's lovely.
He's not like fussy about it or anything. He was just like, "Oh, thanks for doing a song."
He
all the
talks
best
to
bands
us
are.
on the level I'm talking about when we played Glastonbury, and it's like, when we did Nebworth in '78. I'm like, you're in Pink Floyd. Of course you did.
Not quite the same thing.
He's a good guy.
Listen, what's happening now? So obviously the album's out, and then tour. What are you going to be touring?
Yeah, the tour is all up and down the UK end of this month and then into November. So we're
all
really
over the
looking forward
country.
to it.
And then do you do Europe and stuff like that as well?
Yeah, we're going to go over to Holland and we're just like sorting that out now, actually.
Brilliant.
And in the new year, we plan to go to America and do that as well. So.
Great. Good luck with everything, guys. Great to have you back.
Thank you.
And it's always lovely to have you in as well. Thanks a lot.